You ready? It's time for the No Pleasure Pod with BDP1. Buckle up, buttercups. Let's go.
Welcome again to the No Pressure Podcast. I'm your persuasive and perspicacious presenter, BDP1. It's time to grab your favorite snack and hold on, because you're riding shotgun and have no idea where we're going. Today, let's have a little talk about distractions. Yeah, they're literally everywhere and everything. They're inside your house, inside your car, even when you're out on the street. I mean, literally everywhere. A distraction takes your attention away from something that you should be focused on, and in this day and age, that's not very difficult to accomplish. But let's try to narrow the scope a bit. What is your purpose? Have you figured out why you're here? Or are you just along for the ride? Some of you may be thinking to yourselves, of course I know what my purpose is. But if you were asked right now to write it down, you'd probably struggle. And I hate to say this, but I feel our previous generations have failed us. Not every single person, not every single family, but in general. Mothers and fathers have spent years trying to figure out when they should have the talk with their children, when the talk they should be having is actually this one. We're all born with certain gifts and talents, which we experience and or discover throughout the course of our lives. Many of them are recognized at a very young age. When we, as parents, see these gifts, we're supposed to cultivate them in our children, point them out, and let our children know that we see just how special they are, and encourage them to pursue things around those individual gifts. What we've done instead is force them down paths that we think are better for them. And that's great, I guess, because as parents, you want what's best for your children. Now here's the misconception. Why do you think that you know what's best for your child's adult self? And I'm not telling anyone that they shouldn't be pushing further education, higher learning to their kids, but what I am saying is that one size does not fit all. What may have worked for you is not guaranteed to work for them. I mean, if we're being honest, did it really work for you? Every day we see more and more young people, unfortunately, taking their own lives. And everyone wants to blame the bully at school. No one wants to consider the bully at home. Maybe your child doesn't want to become a doctor, an engineer, or a lawyer. Maybe they aren't focused on making $1 million. Success is something that should be determined by the person in question, not everyone around them. We've allowed society to determine how much success and how we measure that success. Then, look down on anything not meeting that mark. Imagine how much pressure that must be on a young boy or girl. Wait, you don't have to. You were once there, except the problems of your time, of our time, aren't the problems your children are facing. We're too quick to share the things we endured while growing up, with absolutely no consideration of current times. It's almost like that GOAT debate. And no, we're not talking about whether stewed or curry is better, but the greatest of all time in the NBA. Who's the best? MJ or LeBron? People look at what LeBron has accomplished over the last 18 years, all of the stats he's amassed, as well as the 4 championships on 3 different teams. But a lot of people who carry that LeBron flag never witnessed Jordan play. He also accumulated great stats, won 6 rings on one team, and played in arguably the toughest time physically in the league's history. When people try to debate me, I always end with, but MJ ain't wearing LeBron's number. Mic drop. We've allowed ourselves to become distracted. We see what everyone else is literally working for, and we now want what they want, but for ourselves. We don't want to be left behind. I want to stack bands. I want a Bentley. I want diamonds in the watch bezel. You finally get some of those things and can't figure out why you're still so lost, so confused. Why am I so unhappy? Well, that's simple. That wasn't for you. Chasing someone else's dream will undoubtedly lead to your very real nightmare, and that is a guarantee. So take a little time if you haven't already. Find your purpose. Find out what you're here to do before it's too late. Set your goals for your life. And if you haven't already, you can still be successful. It's never too late. And if you have kids, figure out when to have that talk. Not that talk, but this one. Thanks as always for checking in.